Hey guys, I thought I would come on today just to discuss my simple and effective skincare routine, but I'm not saying that I think my skin is perfect. I just wanted to share this because I get requests from people and I get compliments from people on my skin, which is really nice. And I get a lot of people that think that I'm younger than I actually am, which that's great. That's really nice. And surprisingly, I haven't been spending a ton of money on my skincare lately, and I've still been getting good results. So let's go into it. First things first, I started double cleansing my face. So first I'm using Pond's, and this is fragrance free. What this does is this helps to break up all of the makeup, the foundation, because it is an oil based. It breaks up the makeup and actually gets the makeup off your skin, which is really crucial. I used to only use, I guess I would call this a soap cleanser. It's not really exactly soap, but I would only use that type of a cleanser. And I didn't realize that I wasn't completely getting all of my makeup out of my skin. So this is the cleanser that I've been using. It says for normal to dry skin. I do get oil in my skin. I have a lot of oil production, but I find that if I use something for oily skin, it actually makes my oil issue worse because it would dry my skin out too much, and then it would stimulate more oil production. What I really like about this is that this is for sensitive skin, La Roche-Posay, very well-known, good company. It's pretty affordable, and it's been allergy tested, and it's fragrance free. Not a whole lot of ingredients here. So this is what I'm using, and I get really big cotton pads and use that because it's less abrasive. Every once in a while I will use a washcloth, but I find it to be pretty abrasive. I guess I scrub really hard, and so I need something really soft. And those cotton pads are great because you don't have to put them in the washing machine, and so you don't have to worry about any bacteria or anything like that being on them, which I find to be fabulous. I use a retinoid. It's over the counter, made by Galderma. It's called Differin Gel. It is adapalene. And the purpose, it says that it's an acne treatment, but if you start to look up the way that retinols and retinoids work, they actually increase the skin turnover, and they are like a chemical exfoliant. They get the stuff out of your pores and help your pores not to be clogged, but they also improve fine lines and wrinkles as well. And so because I'm using this and it's so effective and not irritating, and it's over the counter and it's really cheap and expensive, this tube of Differin Gel is $12 or so, I think. And you can get it anywhere. It used to be prescription only, but now it's sold over the counter. So I highly recommend this. Now that I'm using this, I used to also use a vitamin C, but I didn't realize the vitamin C was irritating my skin and I had issues with rosacea. Now I just use this, and it's helped with fine lines and wrinkles. My skin is tighter, my pores are smaller, and my breakouts have gotten better because, like I told you guys, I am prone to get oil. And with the clogged pores and the oil, the humidity in Houston, I would get breakouts. And it was funny because if I went somewhere else where it wasn't as humid, then all my breakouts would clear up. So a lot of it may be just like the sweat that you get from the humidity clogging up your pores. So this is perfect. This is like the best multitasking thing ever because I find it to be very anti-aging, really good about improving the appearance of pores, and good about acne as well. So it's like, what else do you need? So I found that I don't need vitamin C anymore. I don't need anything else. All the other stuff I was doing, I really don't need it. And it doesn't really dry out my skin. This is the best thing ever. I just can't say enough good things about this. And I used to spend so much money on moisturizers. I got Neutrogena Hydro Boost, and it is fragrance free. So once again, I'm sticking with fragrance free, and it doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients, but this is just because I use it at night, because there could be times when my skin does feel a little bit dry and I need a little bit of moisture. And then what people don't understand is that there's not some type of a reason why you can't use a moisturizer around your eyes. You really don't have to buy a ton of products. All you need in a moisturizer is something that is fragrance free and doesn't irritate your skin. Honestly, that's all you need. So this you can find anywhere. It's very inexpensive. If you put this on your face and it does start to sting or something like that, then don't use it, because that would be a sign of having an allergic reaction to it, even though it is supposed to be very hypoallergenic. But if you have really sensitive skin, then, you know, just test it. It's not expensive or anything like that. And then let's get into sunscreen. Elta MD is a good option if you can afford it. It has some tint to it, so you can kind of see a little bit on there that it's got that tint. So even if you were a guy and you wanted a sunscreen that has a little bit of a tint, it's nothing where anybody would ever be able to really notice it on your face as long as you blend it in. Okay, but if you're really fair, you may find that this tint is a bit dark for you. And it is SPF 44. It says it's water resistant, and it's got transparent zinc oxide. I think this is about $50, and you can get it in a plastic surgeon's office. And I found it to be good, but what I actually use more often now, it's actually a lot cheaper, and it's from Japan, from Tokyo. It's called Can Make. There are also some really good Korean brands out there, and this is an SPF 50, and it is called Mermaid Skin Gel Uv. So this one, it looks white. It doesn't have a tint, which I find to be good because of the color of my skin and the fact that I put foundation on over it. So I basically use this like a primer or a base. I find it to be moisturizing, but it really just sinks in there, and it does a good job at sun protection, because if I don't use this, my face literally will get burnt because I'm outside a lot. I do outside sales a lot, and so I can definitely tell a difference. I definitely know that this one does its job. And like anything else with sunscreens, you have to reapply and you have to put enough on for it to be effective. But this one doesn't have any fragrance, and so that is great. And this one is so affordable, you wouldn't even believe it. So that is my go-to right now. And it just looks really good under my makeup, and you just can't really see it much at all. If anything, it just looks like almost like a little subtle glow. Like if you compare my hands, it's almost like a little subtle glowy filter. I love this stuff. Okay, so this is a Tca Peel. This is something that I have gone to a doctor's office before to get professionally done. But when we were in quarantine and I couldn't leave the house, I thought this is a great time to peel my skin. And I peeled my hands too, because a lot of times you get sun damage and it's really hard to hide it with makeup and everything else. You get all these little spots, like freckles kind of, and it makes your skin look kind of dull and gross. When I did this Tca Peel, it really did improve a lot of that damage that I had accumulated. So I'm kind of excited for winter to come back in a way, because you don't want to do a peel if you're just going to be outside getting more damage. It makes your skin very sensitive to the sun. So I'm waiting for fall, or I'm waiting for when I'm going to be staying inside a lot, and I'm going to keep on doing more peels. This peel makes your skin peel for 5 to 7 days or so, and it's pretty gradual. It's not like you're just going to peel it off all at once. So you have to go through the process of looking kind of gross and ugly, and it's kind of like shedding your skin like a snake or something. But underneath that, you're building more beautiful skin, and so it's definitely worth it. I absolutely love Eucerin for moisturizer. It's, once again, fragrance free. And I noticed that when I used it, it really firmed up the skin on my body, which is really important. I tend to have oily skin on my face and then really dry skin on my body. So I would definitely recommend this for people to use, because you don't just only want to take care of the skin on your face, you want to take care of the skin on your body as well, because even your neck, like there are a lot of people where their face doesn't match their neck and it doesn't match the rest of their body. So you want to universally take care of all of your skin. And I find that when I'm moisturizing my skin, it helps it to be more firm on my body as well, which makes a huge difference. So get your hormones checked by your doctor. It is possible, if you're getting loose skin and wrinkles, that you could be deficient in hormones. And when I say deficient, clinically, that would mean that you're below a certain range on a scale. And so if you are clinically deficient, then they will prescribe something for you. Even women need a certain amount of testosterone, and that helps to firm up their skin. And women also need estrogen and progesterone. And you can do your research to figure out exactly how much of each you would need and how much you would want during certain times in your cycle, if you're still having a cycle. But you don't want to have too much estrogen dominance during certain times, so you can do your own research on that. I'm not a specialist on this, I'm not a doctor, and so I'm just doing what I find works for me. But I did do some research. So although my levels are clinically very normal, very healthy, when you're in your 30s, you're gonna have a different level of estrogen than somebody in their 20s. And so I started using this, and when I started using the estrogen, my hair started getting so much thicker and it started growing really fast. And a lot of people have noticed that. So if you look at a mom and a daughter, or a 20-year-old versus a 30-year-old, hair is something that will kind of age people as they get older, as far as wrinkles as well. And there are studies that say that putting estrogen onto your skin, like in areas that you have wrinkles, and I don't do this every single day, but you could put some right here, you could put some on your décolletage. The point is not to go crazy out of range, but to just kind of anti-age by going a little tiny bit above what you biologically have, in order just to look prettier, basically. So it's something you might want to try. It's not really expensive. I got this stuff off of Amazon. And when you use OTCs, you don't necessarily always have that reliability that you would have if you use a prescription product. And so it could be trial and error. For example, same with vitamins, you're gonna kind of have to see whether or not it works for you. But I usually do also recommend vitamins. I try to get more than the recommended daily allowance of a lot of different vitamins. Like vitamin C, I think, is huge. A lot of people don't get enough vitamin D, and it's big for their immune system. what makes people beautiful is actually being healthy. So take care of your health, and then you'll have beautiful skin. There's also, if you want more reading, there's a book from Dr. Perricone about an anti-inflammatory skin diet, and that's really good. I did that for a while, but now, to be honest, I just eat what I feel like eating. I could be eating a way better diet, but since I'm not, I think it's really important to at least try to supplement and get some of those vitamins and minerals. You guys, if you haven't really studied what's in your vitamins, you might notice that there are some things that are missing, like potassium. Your vitamins probably don't have a lot of potassium. They probably don't have the recommended daily value of potassium. And so you need to get that from foods. And so what we see in our society is people saying, drink a bunch of water, drink a bunch of water. But what about intracellular hydration? Okay, if you could drink a bunch of water and it's going right through you, then what is it really accomplishing? And so that is why some people will put some fruit in their water and things like that to get more potassium, more electrolytes, etc. Or you can also look into balancing your pH levels of your body, because if you get too acidic, then that could be an issue. So some people drink alkaline water and things like that. But you know, I do like evidence-based stuff, but do what works for you, because the jury is kind of out about certain things. So it just depends on what website you're reading. Basically, it's still kind of, you know, conflicted. And so you just have to find what works for you, basically. Anyways, I'm gonna end this now because this video is getting kind of long. But now you guys kind of have an understanding of what I am doing for my skincare. Also, I definitely want to recommend exercise and trying to, you know, get your circulation increasing. That's huge, because underneath your skin, you've got obviously all the blood vessels and capillaries, and they are bringing nutrition to your skin. So try to get your circulation going, and you'll find that that's good for your skin, not only just because of circulation, but also because of growth hormone. Growth hormone is something that a lot of people find to be very anti-aging. But when you eat a lot of sugar, then that pushes your growth hormone levels down. So you want to try to avoid eating a ton of sugar all day long, and you want to try to exercise, because that will boost your growth hormone. And growth hormone is just something that has found to be pretty anti-aging in general. So it's something that you want to keep in mind, because a lot of people will tell you your skin is just aging based on the elements, the sun, the damage, but in reality, it's aging from the outside, from external things, but you have to also look at the internal things that are providing the nourishment to your skin. And so that can really make the difference for how somebody ages. And then you'll be getting a lot of compliments on your skin, and people are gonna think that you're younger than you actually are. So thanks for watching this video. If you like, hit like. Anyways, I hope you liked it. Okay, bye.